title protagonists at the front, and at the back too. 5 red lights in Kota. Lights out and away we go. A good start from the front two. Piastri's got a better one in behind, and he's already going to challenge up towards turn 1. Oscar Piastri to the inside and gets the lead. A great start from the Australian. Westie trying to hold around the outside and maybe having the inside as we come down towards turn number 3. Piastri is going to push him all the way and try and keep him all the way out. And well, Oscar Piastri a mix in the background as well. Max Verstappen in the background gets away okay too. But Oscar Piastri leads the way here in Texas, and what a brilliant start he got off the line from 3rd. And well, looking down the order, there's Yuki Tsunoda in 4th. The Red Bull, he's on form, and well, looking a bit more forward now. West trying all the way round the outside, not quite to be this time, and Lewis Hamilton is sneaking ever so slightly in the background too. West now will have the run on Piastri all the way down towards turn number 12. He comes to the inside, pulls all the way to the left. West trying it. Piastri down the inside we go. And well, I think that's the move done. It is the move done. And looking in the background, George Russell's in the mix there too. And well, there's an Aston Martin as well making moves. I think that's Lance Stroll up the field. But Lewis Hamilton, well, he's watching these two rivals. They've been going at it all weekend long, especially in the sprint too. And well, Oscar Piastri first in the sprint the other day, and well, Piastri still on really good form coming into this World Championship and coming into the last 6 rounds. But coming off lap number 1 then, West leads, Piastri in 2nd, Hamilton 3rd, but Piastri's trying to make a move up towards turn 1. Down the inside we go at turn number 1. West goes very, very deep. Hamilton might be trying to have a look as well, but now the two of them all the way through the first sector of corners, and West has to go very deep. West goes very, very deep, and I think off the circuit too, and he's lost a lot of ground. He filters in behind George Russell, but that's not good stuff from the Australian or the Brit. And well, the Brit comes off the loser from that one. Well, if you're wondering about Max Verstappen, grid penalty after didn't take part in qualifying yesterday after his engine troubles. And well, West passed Russell in the foreground. I think that's going to be all battling side by side. But Verstappen, he's not had a good race weekend so far after the sprint yesterday. And well, we'll look down towards turn number 12 again. The long run Tsunoda's got. And well, George Russell, last of the late breakers on the medium tyre. West holds out nicely. And well, that will be P3 back up for West. And well, good start as well for Lando Norris too, and Lance Stroll and Albon. Both Williams right now in the top 10, but Verstappen, well, I think he'd rather be glad that he retired in the sprint yesterday and didn't pick up points there. Yes, it was a maximum missed, but well, it's good news, I think, for Red Bull 2, but not qualifying really didn't help him. Up towards turn number 1 we go then. Now, DRS activated for almost over a lap now, and well, it means we do have our first DRS train of the day, and it's 1st to 6th. All of our drivers, and well, trying it, and I think Gabriel Bortoletto is going up the inside into turn 1 on Esteban Ocon. Yes, he does, and gets the move done. Well, Bortoletto, he's after points, and he would love some points here today. And I think Joshua Pearce, is he dropping down? No, he hasn't, sorry. Thought he was going to be dropping out of the race there. He dropped like a stone for a second. But Oscar Piastri, though, leads the way. The McLaren driver, well, he's in the mix. 269, 12 points now behind Max Verstappen. What a comeback he's had in this year's championship. And well, it has been absolutely perfect. The front 4 are actually separated by 20 points now, and this is really hotting up to be something that might be quite a big championship finale going into Abu Dhabi. Yuki Tsunoda defending the inside on Lando Norris, and Lando Norris, well, he's been on the outside of a Red Bull this time last year against Max Verstappen, but Norris holds the inside this time, a lot wiser to it, and well, Lando Norris pushes his way into 5th position. Yuki Tsunoda drops down to 6th. And well, that will be music to Lando's ears and to McLaren's too, because it gives a bit of a fighting chance maybe against the Ferraris if Norris can keep working his way up through the field, but all will remain to be seen. Lewis Hamilton, well, he's been on form in recent races. He's since Silverstone. The Ferrari has been an excellent car for him. And he's won Azerbaijan, Monza as well, with a big one for Lewis. And well, now he'll be following closely as he comes through the first section of corners. He's long sweeping left, right again. Well, modelled on Maggots and Beckett's in Silverstone and brought to the heart of Texas here in the United States. And well, Lewis Hamilton is, I think, loving this season so far. And Hamilton will have DRS going on to the backstretch. Coming off turn 11 now, Hamilton will put his foot to the floor. And well, we'll see as we come down towards turn 12. Is he going to be close enough? DRS open, gaining, moves to the left-hand side. Hamilton on the medium tyre, gets the move done on Oscar Piastri. And well, he will take the lead of the United States Grand Prix. A great move from Lewis Hamilton. And Oscar Piastri moves down a place into second. And well, after his electric start, it all did come undone, unfortunately, for Oscar. West has almost dropped back a bit now off Oscar Piastri, but the Australian has been in Formula 1 now. This is his third season. And well, if he's 20 points off the top, this would be a big chance today to even pick up some points, especially with Max Verstappen so far down the field. Could be the day he does jump Verstappen in the World Championship. And well, Lewis Hamilton then leads the way, coming onto lap 5 and through turn number 1 on the racetrack. We go up the hill, then down the hill. It was one of the big features at Circuit of the Americas. A big uphill section, and then you come tumbling down. It's almost like a roller coaster, this first section of corners. Well, we're looking very closely now. West on the back of Piastri and Russell also on the back of him now too. The front four, Russell's been in excellent form in recent races too. Especially since Silverstone. He's really found an edge in that Mercedes, but next season we'll have to see. Mercedes tipped to have the fastest car. All will remain to be seen. West looking down the inside on Oscar Piastri. It's a deep move. He does go quite deep. Piastri will have the cut back on him, but I think West is going to force him out, and now it's a Ferrari 1-2. George Russell's also getting in the mix here, in towards the background, and well, we'll have to see how this goes. And, well, West already making a good gap, but 2 seconds now to Lewis Hamilton. To see how this progresses throughout the race. West going very wide out the last corner. That will be a black and white flag for track limits probably. And well, Oscar Piastri still within DRS range of West, is interestingly enough, and George Russell's going to go side by side up towards turn number 1. Piastri defending the outside, but George Russell's all the way halfway up, and well, that is a perfect move from the Brit. George Russell in the silver arrows moves up to 3rd position on the racetrack, and Piastri, well, he's falling down again. And well, we didn't get this shot in the sprint yesterday. What a shot it is. All the way up through the slalom. West going very deep there. I maybe think he might have burnt out his soft tyres just a little bit. You can see George Russell on the medium now, and Hamilton as well, also on the mediums. He's really making the most of these tyres. But Russell will have better traction coming out of turn 11, and now up the hill we go, down the back stretch we come, and well, George Russell, DRS open all the way. Is he gaining? Not quite enough this time. Oh, well, he will close still right up to the back of West, but it might not be just the case yet. Let's have a look further down the field then. Max Verstappen currently in 16th, and well, he's trying to make a move on Sonny Hayes, which has proved difficult so far this season for many drivers, but on the medium tyre, going long, like many of his other compatriots in this part of the field. Well, this is, I'm sure, not where Verstappen wants to be. He needs to be in the points. Can't really afford another points loss. this season or another DNF, otherwise he will be out the championship hunt. But Max Verstappen, considering he's so far ahead at the start of the season, and now all the way down in third place with the Ferrari is really challenging. And it's, oh, I think West has boxed. Sorry, West in the pits. Completely missed it. But he's now on the medium tyre. It looks like West will be going long, and Verstappen, he will come out behind Liam Lawson. So, West boxing early then on lap number 7 in the Grand Prix. And now he will lay chase, maybe to try and get some undercut and some fresh air in front of him. But I don't know where you're going to get that, especially with this Packer in front of him. Max Verstappen is up in this Packer ahead, and Lawson will have to try and defend from fresh tyres on West's car. And well, West dives down the inside, and it's a good move from the Ferrari. And well, Lawson is a sitting duck, and I don't think he's going to have much luck there defending that one. But West now all the way down towards turn 12. The front 5 all very even, very neat and tidy at the minute. Within 7 seconds of each other, but well, Verstappen is not having a good day at all behind the APX GP and of course Esteban Ocon too. And West going very deep and looking to try and maybe cut back on under the car. This is the two title rivals. They've come together so many times this season, and well, Max Verstappen won't yield this time, but he might have to at some point. Well, tries it all the while, and well, Verstappen will now be a sitting duck coming in towards turn 1. West with the perfect little bit of traction. On the inside he goes now. The two title rivals side by side. And well, West is going to get 2 for the price of 1. Down the inside on Sonny Hayes as well. And well, is that going to be easy for Verstappen to also get past? And well, Verstappen and Hayes side by side, the two toughest racers on the circuit and this season. And Verstappen and Hayes still going, and I think Verstappen does lose out. So, big problems for Red Bull. Well, that's not going to help their race today. With 20 laps to go, this could all be potentially up for grabs for Ferrari and for McLaren to take some big points. Back to Maranello and Woking. Well, Maranello have been producing an excellent bit of car upgrades for West and Hamilton this year. It's been perfect for them. They've had a really good start to this year, and well, the second half I think it's been better than the first half, I must say. And well, despite the wins in China, Piastri pits now, and well, we'll see how Oscar Piastri does. Yuki Tsunoda also pits. And it's time to boot off the soft tyres and put on some fresh mediums. And slow on the front right for Oscar Piastri. Now, is that going to hurt him? Where is Yuki Tsunoda? And I think similar for Tsunoda too. West goes straight up ahead, and well, Oscar Piastri left in the dust. And he'll fall behind Verstappen, and this is, well, horrible news for Oscar Piastri and Yuki Tsunoda, who were right up there at the start of the Grand Prix. Maybe the undercut has worked brilliantly for West, and now it will be try and catch Lewis Hamilton. Looks like Hamilton and Russell are going to be on a one-stop strategy today. Same with Norris too. Medium tyres, and well, starting at the soft kind of puts you on a 2-stop from the get-go, but those who do on the soft have 2 sets of mediums to use, burn, try and push as much as they can. Norris now up to 3rd place. Lance Stroll up to 4th, which feels incredible considering he's only had a few points this season, 7 to his name, and he's went the half of the season without scoring a single point. But many have been considering Stroll's position in Aston Martin. Is it right to let Adrian Newey give Lance Stroll a car? He's not been performing worth it. And well, Alex Albon, I think, has parked up. Yes, he has. Alex Albon out of the race here in the United States. Such a disappointment. He was running so well for Williams as well. And I don't think there's going to be a safety car. No virtual safety car. No nothing released for Lewis Hamilton. Well, his gap to Russell, 4.6 seconds now. Top three in the race here in Texas, separated by just over 8 seconds now. And well, Albon's stricken Williams. Sure needs to be moved out of the way in a minute, but well, now coming down towards the turn 11, and well, Antonelli yields up to West, and now, well, I don't know if that was a bit too close to a yellow flag zone, that overtake, but an interesting one to say the least. And well, West will have DRS all the way down the straight towards turn number 12. And Verstappen on all this has actually made it up to P11. He's been doing all right. And looking in the background, Oscar Piastri down the inside and Esteban Ocon up towards turn 12. Down the inside we go. And, well, Hayes just about blocks him off. But Ocon falling down the field to 14th. Oscar Piastri back up another place. Well, Max Verstappen has been brilliant so far in this race to get up as far as he has. He has been right at the back of the field, but up in 11th, it's not an easy task. But well, Max Verstappen, there's a reason why he's a 4-time world champion. And now Verstappen on Gabriel Bortoleto will be closing up slowly, and I don't think he's going to be near just about, nope, not quite enough this time. Piastri does make it up again, but well, West and Stroll going at it, and I think West just made the move in the nick of time through the S's, and well, good move from the Ferrari, but still 13 seconds off the front of the pack. Let's have a look at Carlos Sainz then. Carlos Sainz is second behind Kimi Antonelli, and well, will he have DRS going down the back straight again? None this time, so he's close enough, but not quite close enough to maybe challenge Kimi Antonelli. And well, Verstappen is in sight. You can see him in the background actually. He's almost lurking behind Gabriel Bortoleto. Bortoleto in the points. Well, he's not ran in the points or finished and had a point yet, with he's the last driver remaining to get a point this season. And well, if he was to get just a singular point, it would be a miracle for Gabriel Bortoleto. Incredibly exciting too for the young Brazilian. Of course, don't forget, we've got the Brazilian Grand Prix coming in a couple of weeks' time, actually. We'll go to Mexico next, then Brazil, Las Vegas, Qatar, and then a big finale, Abu Dhabi, don't miss it. And 2 of these races will be 100% as well, broadcast on Westie TV. 100% in length Las Vegas, and then we'll also have 100% in length Abu Dhabi, the finale, don't miss it, this December. Part of our big reveal. We'll send all in a couple of days, don't miss it. Subscribe and like if you don't want to miss that one, 100%. So then, Bortoleto keeping Verstappen and Piastri behind. Let's have a look on board of him going down towards turn 11. We'll watch the DRS flap of both Verstappen and Piastri open up wide. And maybe this is the time for Verstappen to make his move. Here we go, to the inside, Verstappen makes his move. Piastri to the outside, looking down, and now, have we got a move from Oscar Piastri too? Will he follow right the way through? I don't think he has it. No, he doesn't. And Verstappen, in a prime move, to try now, and maybe, remember, Piastri will have to stop again. Those tyres will not go the distance. And so will Yuki Tsunoda, but Verstappen's playing the long game on these medium tyres. And well, where is Lewis Hamilton? He's up the front, and well, might be time for him to boot off these medium tyres at some point this lap. He can go and put pedal to the metal on a set of fully hard tyres, or will he go a bit longer on the mediums? It depends really. Actually, the level of which the driver nurtures, cares for the tyres, it all really depends. So how would he feel if he did go out as long as he did and then went onto the soft tyre? And well, West going very deep again. 4 seconds now the gap between him and Lando Norris. And well, West has opened up a nice healthy gap to Lance Stroll, who's running very well here in this race at the minute. Very, very well for his standards. Max Verstappen into the top 10 then. Still to pit, but and well, Pierre Gasly, I think, under a bit of pressure. Verstappen's right on the back, and well, Alonso is coming under threat, and Borletto and Tsunoda going side by side. Tsunoda forcing himself all the way to the left-hand side, and down the inside he goes on the Brazilian, and well, that is a perfect move from Singapore's race winner, Yuki Tsunoda. And well, George Russell in, Lewis Hamilton also in, a good stop for him. Let's have a look and see how Norris and Russell do, but I think West has gone into the lead. Good from Russell, good from West, and I think Stroll's in as well. So this is the first round of the only round of stops these guys will make in this race. Stroll in the box, and then Aston Martin is not overly slow, but Pierre Gasly comes straight in for Alpine 2. And Max Verstappen always slow on the right front. Not good for Verstappen at all. And well, he comes out in 15th, and I think that's a huge, huge moment in the World Championship, I think, for Max Verstappen too, because he's now going to make up a lot of time. A lot of time. Well, a safety car would really help him right now. Really, really would help him. But in the lead at the minute, West is currently top of the tree. Hamilton and Antonelli are behind him. Hamilton's the only person to have made all of his stops today. And Hamilton he's good to try and maybe catch West down on these hard tyres. See how much West has burnt them out, but I'm sure it might be time maybe for West to box again, put another set of mediums on and try and go to the end, because well, he doesn't this time, but will Kimi Antonelli try and make a move maybe in a bit as well? Yes, he does. Antonelli into the box then. Piastri coming around. So does Fernando Alonso too, but Kimi Antonelli is a big one into the pits. And for Mercedes, it's going to be a good stop from the Mercedes crew. See, slow on the right, left rear, and that might be a huge moment for Antonelli's race too. But now we're in a bit more of a stable lineup here. Hamilton, Piastri, Tsunoda, Norris, Russell and West in your top 6 at the moment. West, of course, leading 5.2 seconds to Lewis Hamilton at the moment. Well, might we see some excitement coming into the last few laps? And you can see West ahead, actually, coming through the turn 12 up for around towards this long sweeping corner section. And I'm sure he must realise that these tyres are not going to go or have the same effect that Hamilton will, as he is closing up, and he is closing up under towards 5 seconds now. West, oh yeah, you can tell he's struggling to put the power down. It's almost like the tyres are just not responding to him here. It's not working quite as well as he'd hoped. Hamilton, though, is straight like a bullet all the way up towards turn number 1 up the hill. 4.5 seconds the gap. He's taken out nearly a second in this past couple of laps. So I think it might be time maybe for him to bin off the tyres. Norris past Tsunoda on the hard tyre. Well, Lando Norris is someone who might, just might, benefit from today massively. He is quite a way off his teammates, 73 points at the moment. But the big news is Max Verstappen down 11th at the minute. No more stops to make. Just needs to put the pressure on and try and pass as many cars as he can. He's got Stroll. Might be able to make Lance Stroll, to be fair. He's not far off. And, well, Stroll, you can see, just coming down towards turn 11 now. And Carlos Sainz, you can see in the background, actually, there's Verstappen on the back of Pierre Gasly, who's in the last points playing position. Hamilton, in the meantime, is slowly getting round. Is it time for West to pit? Yes, it is. West is pulling into the pits then for a 12-lap stint then on some fresh tyres. Who's he going to go for then? Here comes Lewis Hamilton. We'll just watch as he goes past. But Hamilton puts the pedal down. And, well, this is going to be a huge moment in the World Championship if West doesn't get this stop right. It goes okay, but he's going to have traffic. He will have some big traffic. Russell's coming off the last corner, and, well, West is going to come out, and I think he's going to come out behind Yuki Tsunoda. So, he's got some big decisions to make now. He's got to try and work his way up through the field. And, well, 14 or so seconds to Lewis Hamilton. It's a big ask to do in 11 laps, but I'm sure West could do it with some fresh tyres and a softer compounded tyre to what Hamilton and Russell, I think Russell, Norris, Tsunoda and Piastri are going to be running. And Piastri hasn't boxed yet as well, so it is a net 5th at the minute. If you count the extra pit stops in. And, well, Russell and Tsunoda and Lando Norris. Norris pulling towards the inside. George Russell will have to defend it. Last the late breakers, but Norris is ahead and up to P3. And the McLarens are finally running 2 cars in the top 3 for the first time in a long time. Lando Norris, though, everyone thought he might be at the top of his game for the World Championship this year, but he just hasn't really been to be. Comparison to his teammate Oscar Piastri, but 4 cars still vying for the championship as it stands. Well, how do you put this together? Well, look at the background. Tsunoda will be feeling the pressure from West now. West with DRS open, and you can see him pulling all the way up towards the hill. West down the inside he goes, and, well, into 5th place he goes, deep again, but Tsunoda almost clipped his rear, but it wasn't quite to be for Yuki Tsunoda. And, well, West will now go charging after George Russell. Let's have a look through the section of corners. Nice right-hander now. And, well, Yuki Tsunoda into P6. Won in Singapore last time out, of course, and what a brilliant undercut it was to try and get him up into the lead of the race and just nudged Oscar Piastri out of the way. Piastri, though, really starting to pick up the form now in terms of the World Championship. But West and Russell will be the next battle, I think, on our list. And George Russell is getting closer and closer to Lando Norris, so it's almost reeling him in. The West could be back into P2 momentarily on these fresh tyres. He really is trying to burn them up as much best as he can. But West, down towards the inside he goes. And West, I think, has got the move done. He has on George Russell. And it's a slap in the face overtake for good measure too. And he pushes him off the circuit. And well, next on his list is going to be Lando Norris. Oscar Piastri pits then. How does he read this then? Well, West and Norris move up to P2 and P3. Piastri will drop down the order with this, but he'll be on some incredibly fast tyres. Slow right rear, but stopped him. And well, West and Norris side by side coming down off turn 1. West all the way around the outside to the outside of the track he comes. And well, West will make the move count and make the move stick. Lando Norris in the meantime has done absolutely brilliantly to keep it clean. And well, West, some unusual lines, but ones that work for him, and he does go a bit wide out again. That'll be another track limits warning. And well, Verstappen up to P9 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda now. Well then, well then, well then. P9, will it be a case of Tsunoda staying behind Verstappen and creating a buffer so he can push? Or will Tsunoda try and ignore some team orders and push for his teammate to move back down to 10th? And if you're wondering about the gap between Hamilton and West, 10 seconds is currently the gap between the two Brits in Scuderia Red. Oscar Piastri closer to Lance Stroll and getting even closer. Look at that. Lance Stroll then getting closer and closer and closer in that McLaren. A lot of people have sent it down the inside there before and it's not paid off. It's not quite worth it. But Oscar Piastri still on the back of the Aston Martin and still trying to find a gap that he can make a good move in. All the while this continues, Oscar Piastri will have DRS going up towards turn number 1 on the racetrack. Here comes Piastri then in Papaya McLaren. He's going to push all the way to the right hand side, using all the way to the white line, and Oscar Piastri takes 5th place in the race, and it's a perfect move on Lance Stroll, and well, a deserved one as well. So Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, McLaren, your top 5 at the minute, and West is really eating into Lewis Hamilton's lead now. And might this be, if West can get Hamilton on the line, maybe it might be a tough one. We'll run aboard Lewis Hamilton now and see what he is up to. Well, Hamilton coming through the last sector, another second taken out by West. 7 seconds now the gap, so he is making some very, very good progress. And Tsunoda, as I think, passed Verstappen, he has. Oh, team orders at Red Bull, we've seen this before. Remember Vettel and Webber? And well, multi-20, well, multi-33-22 I think might be the one that we need here. Well, Tsunoda doesn't know if his seat's going to be safe next season, but there's every chance that Isaac Hadjar could come up into the mix. He has won races in Red Bull colours, Yuki Tsunoda, this season. Singapore and Japan, the two that he loved the most. But is it really going to be worth it when it comes to the end of the season? Red Bull looking to maybe make a twist. Decision for him if he wants to race next season. And George Russell, 4th place at the moment for Mercedes, and well, Russell and Mercedes tipped to have one of the best cars next year. Remember, anything could happen. So many teams are going to bring some really exciting cars to next year's World Championship. Audi are coming on the grid as well. Cadillac are entering for the first time ever. There's some exciting new American investment and fun into Formula One. And a second American team into the competition. And well, George Russell currently P4. chasing down Lando Norris, and well, this could be a big moment in George Russell's championship as well. He currently sits, I think he sits 5th at the minute, 7th, sorry. He's battling with Yuki Tsunoda, so if he finishes ahead of Yuki Tsunoda today, it'll be back up to P5 for him. And well, Russell has been a key part of the Mercedes setup since 2022. And now as the new established team leader, vacancy that was left by Lewis Hamilton when he went to Ferrari. There's now excitement again in that Mercedes team and that Mercedes camp. West now 5.6 behind Lewis Hamilton in the meantime. Well, are we expecting another big and exciting moment from West towards the end? He is really catching. He's got Lewis Hamilton now in his sights. You can see him down towards turn 12. And just making a right-hander just off the edge of the circuit. But it is really now going to be hot laps all the way to the finish. 5 seconds down the gap. This is getting exciting. Extremely exciting. With 6 laps to go. And maybe the excitement is starting to creep in for Ferrari fans worldwide. Maybe they're going to have. Maybe this is their year. They know they're going to win the Constructors at some point. But they also know that this could be a magical, magical year where they get a Drivers' World Champion for the first time since Kimi Räikkönen in 2007. Many a list joining the names. Will it be Hamilton or West? Hamilton to get his 8th world title. West to maybe get his first in Ferrari colours. He wasn't even meant to be here at the start of the season in Australia. And Charles Leclerc pulled out the season at short notice. Or might it be a certain Aussie? 3rd season in Formula 1 and leading that McLaren team by storm. Might it be him? Or is it going to be Max Verstappen? The 4-time world champion, the reigning world champion. The man looking to prove that he is one of the best racing drivers in the world, from being one of the most hotly rated young talents. The son of a former Formula 1 driver, and maybe now he could be a 5-time world champion, the first to do 5 in a row, to have a dominant era of Formula 1, the Verstappen era of regulations. And well, Verstappen's going to try and maybe make a move. Antonelli wiser to it. The youngster makes an excellent effect. Hamilton and West 3.8 the gap now. This is really going to get close towards the end. Maybe this could be a big moment in the World Championship between the two of them. Verstappen and Antonelli though going at it together. Tsunoda ahead as well in the Red Bull, and he's making the most of the time actually. He's made up by passing Verstappen, and well, Yuki Tsunoda now will maybe try and put the pressure on Carlos Sainz. Coming down towards turn 1, Tsunoda pushes all the way to the right hand side, and Yuki Tsunoda slingshots himself through, and he's up into P7 in the race. Brilliant move from Yuki Tsunoda, and well, he's really showing his craft and his racecraft now here in Formula 1 in that Red Bull. He's a bit more settled than he used to be. But what a brilliant day this is for Yuki Tsunoda and for Red Bull 2. They've finally got that second car running up under the competitive. And well, even though Max has had a bad day at the office, or a bad weekend at the office, Yuki Tsunoda is standing strong, still trying to get some big points for the team. Well then, let's have a look further down the order. Max Verstappen is right on the back of Kimi Antonelli, and I think Antonelli might have a go here on Carlos Sainz. To the outside he goes. Carlos Sainz defending the inside. The smooth operator's there. He's going to push him all the way to the outside, but Antonelli's going to keep a foot in, but not for long. Carlos Sainz holds out then, but Max Verstappen is looming on the back, and I'm surprised he hasn't made a single move yet to say, oh hello, I'm here, to either one of these two. Let's have a look at the back as we come through the long right-hander, designed to follow Istanbul Park. Is a long right-hander, different style, different direction. You turn left, I turn right. It's a track I'd love to go back to. Sainz to the inside, pushes Kimi Antonelli all the way to the outside, and Antonelli makes it through. What a brilliant move from Kimi Antonelli. And the Mercedes is up to 8th in the race. And Max Verstappen, well, he's going to be stuck for longer here if he cannot get past the Williams of Carlos Sainz. And he's been frustrating in the past, but Max Verstappen, they're still going, they still want to try and maybe have a go. This could be a big move as we come down towards turn 12 again. 11, and getting the power down the exit, ready for Verstappen to maybe pounce and strike. Is it to be this time around? Sainz has DRS on Antonelli. Verstappen, though, is getting even closer. Max Verstappen to the outside of turn 12. Is it quite to be? Sainz pushes him all the way out, and I think in the contact made, and I think Antonelli spun. Or Tsunoda spun, sorry. And is this going to... Oh, this is a horrible moment for Yuki Tsunoda, who's running so well. And Yuki Tsunoda, it's all over for him in terms of the points. Heart-wrenching stuff for Yuki. And he made an error, and it was just a small error too. And well, Verstappen, and that stopped him from overtaking Carlos Sainz. He had to back out because he saw Tsunoda with the yellow flags. But now, down towards turn 1, Verstappen might be a bit luckier with his trade. Verstappen pushes him all the way to the inside. Sainz and Verstappen side by side into turn 1, and Verstappen's going to get the move done. Yes, he does. Brilliant move from Max Verstappen, who's up to P8 in the race. Antonelli now the next target, and well, might we potentially see a battle then towards the end. West and Hamilton then, 3 seconds. It's come down again. The gap is still coming down by the minute, and well, West all wide again on the edge. That's probably going to be his last warning. He's really pushing, and you can see how much he really wants this race win. He knows how much it would mean for his championship hopes. And well, Hamilton, 2.5 seconds the gap now, and West is looking to power all the way down the main straight. Up the hill we go. Hamilton will probably see it coming as we come down the hill, and well, the red of his teammate's Ferrari is probably going to start filling his mirrors very soon. The speed you take through the left right, and he is catching still. This is incredible from West and Hamilton. I don't think it's going to be enough for West to maybe take a last gasp lead. But what it does mean for the championship is Lewis Hamilton will lead the championship for the first time this season. West will fall off the top. Verstappen, he'll score points, but not so many as many hoped. He'll score at least 4 points here, so we'll go to 285. Hamilton will get the full 312. West will be in behind as well with 301. Off the top of my head, I think it will be. I think it'll be 30. I think it'll be 301, but I need to check it. Maybe 302, but we will see at the classification at the end. But Hamilton coming on to the last lap then, 1.5 seconds the gap. Might we see a last lap battle? He's looking in his mirrors, and you can see Scarlet Ferrari almost coming into view. This lap will need to be perfect from Westie in his medium tyres. Hamilton's been on there for longer, remember, but I think he has got a 2-second gap now. I think that might be it. So Lewis Hamilton then is safe. Unless he makes a small mistake here, but what a race it's been from Lewis Hamilton though. He started second. Piastri did jump him on the start alongside West as well. But it's been a perfect day for Hamilton. He's made his move and made his mark past Oscar Piastri. West might have been hurt a little by the 2-stop. And probably would be ahead if he didn't. But Lewis Hamilton's been absolutely perfect today. In terms of how he's run his race. Verstappen, I think, in the background is going to try and maybe get a move done, but the two Ferraris are going to be neck and neck again. It's not as close as yesterday's sprint, but Lewis Hamilton this time is going to pick up 25 points here in the United States and a championship lead for good measure going into Mexico. Lewis Hamilton then comes across the line to win here in Texas and at the United States Grand Prix. What a brilliant day from Lewis Hamilton. And well, that is just about that. Verstappen jumps Antonelli on the line. But that's it. Lewis Hamilton, your race winner here in Texas. Another brilliant victory then for Lewis Hamilton. Another to his tally this season. Well, what a brilliant race it was here in the United States. West in second and Lando Norris picking up a rare podium in third. A brilliant day for McLaren too, as they also have Oscar Piastri in fourth. Well then, looking down the order then, Lance Stroll a brilliant sixth. Max Verstappen recovers from the back of the grid to finish seventh. Kimi Antonelli in eighth. Sainz and Gasly round out the top 10. A brilliant day for Lance Stroll. Max Verstappen also picking up some points, but it does mean that we do have a new championship leader. Lewis Hamilton then at top of the championship the first time this season on 312. West 5 points behind in second. Verstappen 287, 20 points now behind West. Piastri in fourth. Norris closes the gap a bit more in fifth. But it could all change when we next visit Mexico.